My people, Peter Obi once said, Nigerians are tired of doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But here we are heading towards 2027 election, and the same recycling politicians are already warming up to take power again. The biggest question is this: are the young Nigerians truly ready to stop them, or will we keep repeating the same mistake that brought us here? Because Nigeria keep recycling the same old politicians since the 70s and 80s. And these days, we are beginning to recycle some young politicians too. The likes of Yaya Bello, the likes of Dino Melaye and Bukola Saraki. That is a story for another day. Many of them switch parties, both bring the same failed ideas. Though, in the media, we can see many youths behind Peter Obi. Is it that they actually love Peter Obi, or they actually want a young person to be there and not the recycled one? Is Peter Obi not being recycled? He was once a governor too, so now he's going for presidency. But the most annoying part is that 97% of these people have one time ruled as military leaders, governors, senators, ministers, yet return again. That is my own anger. And if anybody has been speaking about this all this while and nothing has changed, I am going to steer your anger and pinch you where it will pain you today. Let me refresh your memory for most of the Gen Zs that did not know what is actually happening. Obasanjo ruled in 1976 as president to 1979. Again, he came back as president in 1999 to 2007. We keep recycling. What about Muhammadu Buhari? We don't even know whether na Jubri did there or no be Jubri. That one too was there in 1983 to 1985. And after he lost several times, he said he's going to make the government ungovernable for Jonathan. So we don't give him a chance. We even gave him chance from 2015 to 2023. What has changed? Bola Ahmed Tinubu is also there. He was once a senator from 1992 to 1993. He was a governor too, 1999 to 2007. Now the president of Nigeria. The whole thing keep on recycling. Go to the Senate, you see thousands of all these people putting their children there. They are now senators, and we want Nigeria to change. Not to talk less of Atiku Abubakar, 1999 to 2007. And since then, he has been desperate. He wants to become the president of this country. He tried to run for presidency 5 times. He knows still work, but he still want to come back again. So I feel it is not Obi that people are actually following. People want a change. Like me, I want a change. A young person, but not a politician. The one that pains Nigeria most is Adam Oshimole. Nobody strike past that guy when he was the president of Labour, Workers of Nigeria. And eventually, everybody thought he's going to make a great impact when he gets into governance. He was once the NSC president, like I said, 1999 to 2007. That's both every day. We feel, say, this one are activists, things go change. But all these people reach there, they turn nuisance. Back to Adam Oshimole. He was once the Edo State governor, 2008 to 2016, and later become the national chairman of APC, 2018 to 2020. He's now a senator, 2023 to 2025. Classic recycling. People are beginning to lose hope. And the people that actually want the change are the youth now. The annoying part is that because they are beginning to see the trend now, they are saying, now prisoners, they won't make it a vote. First of all, they first bring one tactics, telling Nigerians that INEC said you can vote without your PVC. They try to test the waters, whether people will agree. When they see that does not work, another pattern they are using to test the water is that the prisoners are going to vote. So when the youth outside are actually standing by their vote might likely come from prison. What a manipulation, because they know that the recycling is going to end. That's not all. What about the man that said telephones are not meant for poor people? I mean, David Mark. Now, he has been resurrected back to ADC. Though he later clarified that his intent was to emphasize paying for the service, not excluding people. but it draw public backlash. It collect am woto, back to back gbasgbos. He was once a military governor too of Niger State. Have you forgotten? That was in 1984 to 1986 under the same Buhari. He also became Minister of Communication in 1987. This same set of people. Now then do night. Most of you don't know wetin be night and night post. That time we dey write letter. A letter we dey take communicate. You send the letter through post office. It go take 1 week, 2 weeks. Now stamp we dey collect that time. We go put stamp, you buy stamp and you send your message. Not these days of emails. And night post, that time you go and drop coins to make calls. You will be dropping coins when your coins finish. And the same set of people. Now is one of the coalition that they said they are trying to fight for Nigeria. He was also a senator for Benue State. Benue, where they face wala every day and night. I mean, you don't know what they happen there every night and day now. Nothing has changed. When he was the senator in Benue State, that time was around 1999 to 2019. Later, he became the 12th president of the Senate between 2007 and 2015. Nothing still changed. And they say that they fight for Nigeria. Which power they get that time we don't get. Now, there are other things that I know is pinching our youth in the body that want them to change these recycled people. Godfatherism is there. And Nigerian youth are tired of promises and betrayal of these people every time. Not to talk about somebody like Wiki, when we say they allocate land for him picking. Has anything changed? If you are among the youth that actually want to stop these recycled politicians, don't let it end on the social media, because over 40% of Nigerian youth are still yet unemployed. What about insecurity, kidnapping, banditry, and Boko Haram? You can see that young entrepreneur in the southeast that sells fish that was kidnapped and was unalive. Waiting being seen. For the first time, I even saw very dark man crying. Not to talk about the inflation and cost of living. Things they very hard. Now, if anybody give you 15 naira, when we were growing, when you see 15 naira, you know, say you see money. Can anybody see 15 naira and spend it? What can 15 naira do to anybody now? 1,000 naira is as good as spending 1 naira. So if you are young and you think your agitation should end on social media, maybe your family is saying, no, join them, oh, as they do, I don't reach you, I beg you, we don't want problem, oh. Let me remind you, young Nigerians dominate the population. They are 70%, and majority of them are under 35 years old, yet remain sidelined. Are you not one of them? In the next 5 years, what is your dream and what do you want to become? Do you think is going to happen with this same recycled politician? Though many think politics is designed to keep the people powerless, that is if you want to be powerless. Politics is the game of number, and 70% of Nigerian populations are vibrant youth. And politics is a game of number. So tell me, how powerless are you? Is it on social media to the extent that even the Obi that you are following, they said is the president of social media? Will it end there or continue? Even if Obi is going to fail, at least the recycled people should stop. They will not be saying me and they support Obi. Get that into your head. So as everyone is clamoring for change, but the change is the other side. Despite the shout for electoral reform, these people are ganging up for 2027. 2 years later, whether you are hungry, whether you no get job, is none of their business. Whether APC or PDP or Labour dominate, they are all same old faces. Peter Obi and Labour Party offers hope in 2023, but how strong was that? And how strong will it be in 2027? That is my question to you if you're a Nigerian youth. If what I'm saying does not pain you enough, what about the regional politics that is still in control? Who emerge as the flag bearer? Now, if Tinubu come up for there, they are expecting the Northerner to go get there. So, look at it now. PDP is looking for a Northerner. They are even confused. They said they want Goodluck Jonathan. Obi too wants to come. Just because of this regional politics, and the northern elders and leaders are still ganging up somewhere. So if you can look inward, you will understand that what they are actually using against us is this region thing and tribal thing. If you let everything end on social media, that is, something is wrong with you. I believe by now you must be convinced that electoral law and INEC credibility is shaky. Despite what they did to Abure yesterday, does not mean that it is credible. They are only trying to give you pacifier. You and I know that. So let's talk about accountability. Who are we going to hold accountable this time? It is you, Nigerian youth. Because by 2027, if it fails, it means that you failed. Nigerians focus too much on the presidency, ignoring governors and senators. Go and look at my playlist. I break down the amount that the president made as revenue and shared for all governors and shared for even local government. Have you seen anything? Did you hold any one of them responsible or accountable? I remember one of my videos that I said, even if they brought Jesus Christ to become the president of this country, with this kind of senators and governors, nothing is going to happen. No change will happen. So don't only put your eye on the presidency alone. I don't know if you are going to take what I am saying, whether it shock you or it no shock you, but I want to pinch something from your body and I want it to stick to your head. The early generation, even the ones that are activists that time, now they have become nuisance. So is your activism going to end on the social media alone? If care is not taken, you will grow up to become the nuisance of these days. And the next generation will blame you for it. So if lawmakers recycle themselves through rigging primaries and settlements, what will happen in the major election? Even at primary elections of every parties, how many Nigerian youth is partaking in it? My question for you is, which party are you? The party that you find yourself, is it just only on social media? You may say social media gives young Nigerians a strong voice, but that is not the court of law. That is not the polling unit. That is not even primary election. And that is not going, your social media will never do anything during election. So don't let us continue the same mistake and be expecting different results. And again, 2023 election, Labour Party did not commit anybody with money. And these people are spending money to most especially the people working at the polling unit. Somebody that volunteer without money, do you think it will not be manipulated? They can see your weaknesses. Not only sympathy can take you there. The only thing that is making me to lend my voice now is that I am happy that young people are now more politically aware than before. So that is your strength, because you are 70% of Nigerian population. Do you know that? Don't let it end on social media. Surgery yourself. Open your head. Social media is not polling unit. Which party are you? How many of you have your own PVC? Someone once said, if you think you can, you are right. And if you think you cannot, you are actually right too. So 2027 could be a redefining moment if youth vote strategically and you stand by your vote, not only on social media and not only looking for sympathies. A united youth movement can stop recycling politicians from winning. That is the joker. But the big question is, will Nigerian youth break the cycle, or will apathy keep recycling these politicians in power? Another question is Nigeria truly ready for a generational shift, or would old faces win again in 2027? If your strategy keep depending on social media and your shout alone, and you are looking for apathy or sympathy, I don't think you want the change. Think about the failed project in Edo State. Think about the electricity. How much you they pay for NEPA, and you they see the light? Before them bombing, since them bombing at the year up NEPA, until now it never still change. When would that change? We only hear billions and transactions. Recently now, they have endorsed another money for electricity. And nothing has changed. Nothing will change. That is if you do so, or if you say so. Corruption trial keep dragging for justice for decades. Yaya Bello is still there, walking on the street freely, and nothing happened. Even someone that violated aviation law was decorated with ambassadorial post because he's a friend to the president. So where is the justice in the system? Anything can happen to you tomorrow, and if they don't know you, you know, say they go treat you as they take treat that comfort. The excuse is that voters often sell their vote 2k, 5k, embezzling recycling leaders to return. What about you? Your 2k can do something. If then they buy, you too buy. If then they sell, you too sell. How much is the bottle of beer? How much are you spending in eatery every day? Will it just end on your lips? I know I may look too serious. It's because I'm a concerned Nigerian. At the end of the day, the fight is not about Peter Obi, Tinubu, Atiku, or whosoever I must have mentioned their name. It's about whether young Nigerians, the majority in the country, are ready to use their voice, their vote to stop this recycling politician once and for all. Because if we don't, 2027 will just be another return of these same old movies, the same tired cast, and the same tragic ending. So are we ready to change the script, or are we ready to recycle the failure? If you think say you want japa, they don't they pursue people there, or they give them jobs where they say they don't go fit do. How old are you? In the next 5 years, do you want a change for yourself in your country or in another place? Share your thoughts. See you in the next video.